everybody, I'm Kristin Hostetter. Welcome to another episode of First Look. My guest today is Casey Rolig, the Media Marketing Manager at Buff. Hi, Casey, how are you?
Hey, Kristin. Thanks for having me this afternoon.
So it's been a crazy 12 months in the world. We all know that. But it also seems to be like a pretty good time to be in the business of face coverings, right?
Yeah. Who would have thought? 30 years we've been in business, and this has been the most exciting, challenging year yet.
Have you guys, you must have seen a pretty big surge in demand due to COVID-19 around all your products.
We certainly did. Yeah, I remember the infamous April 4th, I believe was the date when the CDC recommended cloth face coverings to help during the pandemic. And ever since then, we've adapted, we've learned a lot, we've created a few new products and kind of rode this exciting yet challenging wave.
Yeah, for sure. And, I want to get one thing straight right now, because I think a lot of people have this question, and I think there's been some new research that's come out about it. But, to take a regular Buff product like this, just a regular standard product, and to just wear it, as you normally would, is that safe, or do you need to double or triple it up like mine is right now? Mine's actually folded over. Is that safe to wear as a face covering if I go into a store?
So safe might be a strong word. I mean, we definitely we rely on what the CDC has put out there, and they're learning as well. We've learned this is all very new, and they recommend a single layer gaiter to be doubled up or even more, so 2 or more layers, or to wear a product that incorporates 2 or more layers or a filter. So we definitely recommend. It's easy enough to do. Just fold it over and you're good to go.
Yeah, for sure. And you have introduced a few new products specifically in response to COVID, right?
Yeah. We introduced the filter mask in June, and then the filter tube in July. Our headquarters and production and R&D is all based out of Igualada, Spain, where our global headquarters is, and they've been nimble enough to learn and make 2 filter offerings that we're pretty proud of.
Right. And you were nice enough to send me a couple, and I've been checking them out and I love it. They have this nice little handy pocket right where the face and the nose would be. And then you include with each product, I think 5 of these paper filters, right?
Correct. Yeah, they're 5 3-layer filters, good for approximately 24 hours of usage of breathing.
This is the new mask that you sent me. It's nice and stretchy and light. It's got a pocket for the filter, but I wouldn't be safe or protected if I were just to wear this alone. Is that correct?
It's not recommended. You get the 1 layer, which utilizes our CoolNet fabric used in our other tubulars and other products. And then there is the mesh pocket on the inside. That would technically be a second layer, but it's very, very breathable. So definitely recommend the products to be used with the supplied filters.
Okay, I want to turn the clock back a little bit. I remember back in the mid-90s when I was an editor at Backpacker and I was first introduced to Buff neckwear. And I have to make a confession to you. I thought at the time it was pretty ridiculous, right? Like a glorified fabric tube. And I was so resistant for a long time. And now, as I said at the beginning, I wear them constantly. And, it's the simplicity and the versatility of these things. Tell me a little bit about the origin story.
And to your point, I think many people need to be introduced to the product in some way, whether it's our how to wear video. You can wear the product 12 different ways. A friend in the sport or activity that you're doing that is, as a user of it. And then before you know it, you have a drawer full of Buff gear. But going back nearly 30 years, back to Igualada, Spain, our founder, Juan Rojas, was an enduro motorcycle rider, and his family was in the textile business in Spain. And he needed something to protect his face from dust, wind, things like that. So he went to the factory and started to figure out how I could pull something over my face that's different than a scarf, because that was really popular. Neckwear is extremely popular in Europe. Something that had this stretch. And the Buff was born. Buff is actually short for bufanda, which in Spanish means scarf.
Oh my gosh, I never knew that. That's awesome. Okay, bufanda. How do you position Buff products against all the others and kind of differentiate Buff products from some of the competitors? Because competition's good for business. But you
Absolutely.
obviously have to differentiate.
Yeah, I mean, as the leading brand and originator, we've always been focusing on what next, and is that working with suppliers that provide premium products, high Q for cooling, Polygene odor control, Primaloft, and so we definitely like to work with these leading manufacturers out there to make the best product and continue innovating. For those that don't know, or to elaborate on that, we're like the Kleenex of
Right.
tubular neckwear. So it definitely is a challenge because we have a registered trademark on the Buff name, and nobody else can use it when in conjunction with tubular and neck gaiters. So to uphold that, we don't call our products buffs because we could actually lose that trademark, believe it or not. So what is the category? What did we create? We were able to come up with it, and it's multifunctional headwear. Some may call it multifunctional neckwear or tubulars, neck gaiters. There's all of these kind of generalized phrases for the product category, and Buff is the brand.
One comment I made, you sent me, as I said, a few samples before this call, and the I think it's a new one that I absolutely loved was the really stretchy one. We're talking about some of the fabric partnerships that you have. Mm-hmm. It's this one here.
So DryFlex Plus. Yeah, there actually is a lot of proprietary technology into that. That does not utilize Primaloft like the Thermonet collection does. Think of that as like a knit upper on shoes today, so it's 3D mapped and fit around the neck and the head, and has, these breathing ports that expand, as you put it on. But, when it's off, like a knit upper on shoes, it kind of contracts down, but it maps around your head and neck really, really comfortably in the DryFlex Plus product line. Yeah, it's great for high output, cold weather activities where you're going to be sweating a lot. That's really where DryFlex Plus does perform.
So Casey, I don't think a lot of people really know. Buff is very sort of quiet and humble about the sustainability efforts that you've undertaken, both in terms of the product and the packaging. Do you want to speak for a second about that?
Yeah. I mean, straight to the product. Since 2018, through a partnership with Reprieve, our multifunctional headwear incorporates 2 plastic bottles into every one. And the last stat off the top of my head is I think we've basically taken over 8 million plastic bottles from oceans and landfills.
I've also noticed and sort of appreciated the paper roll packing that you do that's plastic free, that's just kind of rolled up really tight and neat with a paper band around it.
Yeah, we use that for our custom. You have the option based on how you'll distribute this product for custom, so you can get the scroll or the header card packaging, which we've actually cut back big time, reducing plastic from that this coming year and shrinking its size more and more.
Okay, last question for you, Casey, or maybe it's more of a statement that I'll let you comment on. In my mind, this is one of the best sort of branded pieces of swag that a retailer or a company could do, because it's super functional, gets your brand out there, a nice, big, bright, colorful way. And I just think it's the coolest piece of swag ever. Do you have a lot of retailers and a lot of other brands coming to you with an opportunity like that, or?
We do, and especially in the sign of the times that we're going through for face coverings. We have a team dedicated to our custom division, buffusa.com/custom. You can learn a lot there. So we definitely recommend, going that route, and we'll work with you, make any design happen, and produce it right, alongside of our other products in Igualada, and ship it directly to your door.
Awesome. And so much better than so much of like the junky swag handouts that we get. Again, I get so much use out of this one. So thank you very much, Casey. It's been great talking with you today.
Absolutely. Thanks.
And thank you, everybody, for watching this episode of First Look. We've got lots more conversations like this on our website, so check us out.